So today we're going back to Colorado. Another case, another tragic case in Colorado. Today we're taking a look at the Patrick Frazee and Kelsey Berreth case and the Woodland Park, Colorado area. Woodland Park is between Denver and Colorado Springs area, so if you're looking for it on the map. So what happened in this case? Well, there's a lot of mystery still involved, and that's why this is part one. So on Friday, Patrick Frazee was arrested in first-degree murder. Now, the way that this happens in a lot of states, when you are arrested and charged with a crime, the DA has a certain period of time after your arrest to formally charge you with the crime. Otherwise, they must release you, and then it is extraordinarily hard for the DA to file the same charges against you later on. So, starting Friday, the DA in this case has 10 days to file formal charges against Patrick Frazee in the murder of Kelsey Berreth, 29, single mother of a 1-year-old in Colorado. So I should note that Patrick is the biological father. The relationship between the two, she had her home, he had his home. She lived in a townhouse, he lived in a home on some acreage there. They had an on and off again relationship. According to neighbors who live next to Kelsey, they had a up and down again relationship. Sometimes they were just the typical cute couple getting along, and nothing wrong with them at all. One neighbor actually said that they were an adorable couple, and that she finds it very hard to believe that he would do anything to harm her or the baby. Now, hold up here. The 1-year-old is safe. The 1-year-old is currently been turned over into the custody of a family member, so we're not looking at someone who annihilated their entire family here. The 1-year-old is safe. So what happened to Kelsey? That is the mystery there, and that's why this is only part one, because this is going to be an ongoing saga and case. So Kelsey Berreth, the last time she was officially seen anywhere was on Thanksgiving Day. On Thanksgiving Day, surveillance cameras picked her up in the Safeway parking lot there in Woodland Park, Colorado, where she was doing an exchange with Patrick Frazee. She is seen on video handing the child over to Patrick, and then Patrick buckling the 1-year-old up in the car seat in his vehicle. And then she got into her vehicle and then drove off. She drove off in the direction that would lead her to her home. Now, Patrick is seen also heading in the same direction, but you can see she went to the right, he went to the left out of the parking lot. So he didn't follow her immediately. If he did, eventually follow her. What did the police believe happened at this point? Well, at this point, the police believe that Patrick, with the 1-year-old still in the vehicle, went back to her home, followed her there to her townhome, and confronted her and had a physical altercation where she was killed in her home. Do they know this for sure? No, they do not, actually. They have scoured that townhome from end to end, and they do not believe that, they believe that she was probably killed there, but they don't have a lot of evidence that they're talking about, and they have not made any statements about it. Chief of Police Miles D. Young said the following statement on Friday: "You can tell by the arrest we had today, we do not believe that Kelsey is alive." The DA later on said that his office's position is they are going to seal this case and they are not going to unseal it until the trial, because it could put their case and evidence in peril and jeopardize any ongoing investigation that still needs to be done. So, this past week, on Thursday, the FBI and local law enforcement, along with the state police, so the state police were seen removing several items from the home, along with the CBI, which is the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, along with the FBI. Now, they believe that her home was the place where a violent attack may have taken place, but they are not saying if they have blood evidence or whatever. But a firefighter was also seen entering the home with a long ladder, because her townhome has long, vaulted ceilings. So they may have been looking for evidence up on the tops of the ceiling or whatever within the home. So this, again, they have no body. They don't know what happened to her exactly. They have only circumstantial evidence that may link Patrick to her actual disappearance, but they have charged him with first-degree murder in the disappearance. They also charged him with an additional crime of solicitation of a murder, or solicitation of to that. And what solicitation is, you have to not only have a conversation about it, but you must make an act to actually see that charge is carried out. Again, there's a lot of speculation and rumors online that his mother is involved and that she was arrested on Friday. No one else was arrested on Friday but him. Is the mother involved? Maybe. We don't know. We know she didn't get along with Kelsey very well. So, now the twist. Okay, after she disappeared, and her last official sighting was with Patrick in the parking lot area of the Safeway. Kelsey, who is a flight instructor and there in the Woodland Park area, she takes people out, who are working to get their pilot license. Kelsey also is she's a stable mother. She has her own place. She pays her own bills and everything. Now there's no history of violence between the two. No calls from the police. They may have had arguments in the past. And the only statements of that they didn't get along are from neighbors in her actual townhome. So, like I said, she's a flight instructor, and here's the twist. Kelsey's cell phone, from her actual cell phone itself, there was her boss at who she subcontracts out to. She's an independent contractor. Her boss received a text saying that she would not be working that week, which was understandable because apparently she had already talked about taking off for the holidays from Thanksgiving through New Year's. The second thing was a text message was sent and received to Patrick Frazee from her cell phone. No one knows what that actual text message is about. And the bombshellness, her cell phone showed up in Gooding, Idaho. Gooding, Idaho is 800 miles away from the actual Woodland Park area where she lives with her child. Now, there is almost physically no way that Patrick would have been able to take that cell phone from there in Woodland Park, drive 800 miles up to Gooding, dump the phone, and then drive back without anybody seeing him, especially with a 1-year-old child, because he has eyewitness testimony and he is actually seen working on the following day and every day from that point on up until this arrest. and the child was with him at the job site on a couple of those days, and he is on surveillance. Now, could someone else be involved where they took the phone? Is his mother involved and she took the cell phone and then went to Gooding? Now, Gooding, Kelsey has family in that area, but Kelsey's mother said she is a stable person who wouldn't just run away or take off like this. All right, but at the same time, she had been talking to coworkers about going to Gooding to visit family, and that was why she might have been taking off from Thanksgiving through New Year's. But the DA has sealed the case, and they are keeping the $25,000 reward for information on the disappearance of Kelsey out there.